welcome today to my brand new reaction channel. Here, we are going to be learning about Canada, or I am going to be learning about Canada. My name is John and I am from Australia. I run a few different reaction channels where I learn about specific countries. And yeah, here's going to be a focus on Canada. So I thought a nice little video to kick things off here is Canada history, timeline, the timeline and animation in 5 minutes. So yeah, nice little quick video to get an idea of Canada's history. I don't really learn too much about Canada specifically in school, being from Australia. So yeah, that's what this channel is going to be about, learning about Canada. And I will put in some funny videos, whether it be from comedians or any videos that get recommended. I like to keep it fresh like that. A mix of learning about the country and then, yeah, some funny videos as well. And yeah, any other videos that you think you'd like to see reactions on. So let's get right into it.
The largest country in the world occupies most of the...
Okay.
Canada, the second largest country in the world, occupies most of the northern part of North America, covering the vast land area from the United States in the south to the Arctic Circle in the north.
Okay.
It is a country...
And see, the comparison kind of, we see it as like, for us, for me being from Australia, it's like New Zealand is like our Canada, like to what Canada... What Canada is to America, that is. And obviously it's not going to be exactly the same, but it's just, yeah, you kind of just joke about that.
Of enormous distances and rich natural resources. Indigenous people lived in what is now Canada for thousands of years before the first Europeans arrived.
Wow.
They are known as the First Nations and the Inuit people.
It's very, very similar. We have Indigenous people in Australia, Aboriginals, and they are regarded as First Nations people as well. So, okay. So learning about that side of it, yeah, how that is in Canada, it would be very interesting.
The first Europeans arrived.
That's probably, yeah, a common thing as well, where, yeah, Europeans arrived in Australia as well and took over. And yeah, it's kind of it is an interesting, I won't spend too much time of this video talking about it, but yeah, it is... Yeah, it's an interesting time for us. Let me know how it is in Canada, where it's about, yeah, where do the First Nations people stand in the country now when, yeah, Europeans came and took over, essentially. That's, yeah, from the Australians' point of view. Yeah, how is that? Yeah, how is that? Because for us, it's kind of a bit of... It's almost close to a bit of a fight currently. It's a bit... It's almost like a touchy subject as well, because... Yeah, it's always seen as, like, we even have an Australia Day, which is seen by them as the invasion day. Let me know if it's similar like that in Canada.
They are known as the First Nations and the Inuit people. The first European people to come to Canada arrived between 15,000 and 30,000 years ago across a land bridge that joined Asia and North America. Around 1000 AD, the Viking explorer Leif Erikson reached Newfoundland, Canada. He tried to establish a settlement, but it didn't last. In the early 16th century, Europeans started exploring Canada's eastern coast, beginning with John Cabot from England. Between 1534 and 1542, Jacques Cartier made 3 voyages across the Atlantic, claiming the land for King Francis.
Hold up for a second. What, Jacques Cartier? That's a crazy name. Wow.
The first of France. Cartier had 2 captured guides speak the Iroquoian word Kanata, meaning village. By the 1550s, the name of Canada began appearing on maps. Parts of Canada were settled by France and parts by Great Britain. In 1605, Port Royal was built in Acadia by the French, led by Samuel de Champlain, and 3 years later, he started settling Quebec. The French and Aboriginal people collaborated in the vast fur trade economy, driven by the demand for beaver pelts in Europe. Outstanding leaders like Jean Talon, Bishop Laval, and Count Frontenac built a French empire in North America that reached from Hudson Bay to the Gulf of Mexico. In the 1700s, France and Great Britain battled for control of North America. In 1759, the British defeated the French in the Battle of the Plains of Abraham at Quebec City, marking the end of France's empire in America. The commanders of both armies, Brigadier James Wolfe and the Marquis de Montcalm, were killed leading their troops in battle. Following the war, Great Britain renamed the colony the Province of Quebec. The French-speaking Catholic people, known as habitants or Canadians, strove to preserve their way of life in the English-speaking, Protestant-ruled British Empire. After the American Revolutionary War, many people in the new United States wanted to stay loyal to Britain. Thousands came north to Canada and settled in Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Quebec, and Ontario. During the War of 1812, the United States tried to conquer Canada but were defeated. In 1867, the province of Canada was joined by two other British colonies of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia through Confederation, forming a self-governing entity named Canada. Canadian soldiers fought in World War I for the British Empire. More Canadians died in this war than any other war. Canada became better known as a country after its success in the capturing of Vimy Ridge from the Germans in France in 1917. Women were given the right to vote by the end of the war, partly because of the help they gave making weapons while the men fought in Europe.
What a great time. What a great time. Yeah, women are being allowed to vote. You know, kind of worldwide, or, you know, it's knowledgeable, especially like in America as well. Yeah. All people being allowed to vote, that sounds right, doesn't it? That sounds normal, the way it should be.
In 1931, Canada became fully independent. Then the Government of Canada made all decisions about Canada. The British Parliament passed the Statute of Westminster in 1931, which acknowledged Canada as a co-equal with the United Kingdom and the other Commonwealth realms. It was a crucial step in the development of Canada as a separate state, in that it provided for nearly complete legislative autonomy from the Parliament of the United Kingdom. The Canadian economy boomed during World War II as its industries manufactured military material for Canada, Britain, China, and the Soviet Union. Despite another conscription crisis in Quebec in 1944, Canada finished the war with a large army and strong economy. In the 1960s, the Quiet Revolution took place in Quebec, overthrowing the old establishment which centered on the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Quebec and led to modernizing of the economy. In the same period, Canada adopted the maple leaf flag, although not without considerable debate and misgivings among large number of English-Canadian society. In 1981, the Canadian House of Commons and Senate passed a resolution requesting that the British Parliament enact a package of constitutional amendments which would end the last powers of the British Parliament to legislate for Canada and would create an entirely Canadian process for constitutional amendments. Canada's capital is Ottawa, and its three largest metropolitan areas are Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver. Canada is sparsely populated. The majority of its...
Yeah, they're like all common names to me. I'm still aware of like places in Canada.
Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver. Canada is sparsely populated, the majority of its land area being dominated by forest and tundra. Consequently, its population is highly urbanized, with over 80% of its inhabitants concentrated in large areas and medium-sized cities, many near the southern border. Thank you for watching. Please check out our other animated history shows, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Alright, this was very good. As I said, nice little introduction to get things going for this channel here. My reactions to Canada, learning about Canada. Yeah, begins here. As I said, might chuck in some funny videos like on other channels or for other countries. I've reacted to like some of their comedians as well, and like meme videos and all that type of stuff. Mixing with learning about the countries and any notable videos as well that are kind of an interesting topic. From the respective countries. So hopefully you enjoy my reactions, and this is the start of the journey here of reacting to Canada. So I hope you enjoy the content, and I'll see you for some more videos.